In the Nightreign network test, there was one character who stood out to me. My Duchess, my queen. And of course, the only logical thing to do is to see how well we can recreate her in normal Elden Ring. It won't be easy, but during our perilous adventure, my Duchess will be reborn again.
Foul tarnished. Put these foolish ambitions to rest. Forefathers one and all! Bear witness!
I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Champions! Welcome! The stars have aligned!
Sex!
Now, rot.
Now, the Duchess is what you might call a glass cannon. A character that does immense damage but breaks really easily. In other words, you die. Now, in order to become the Duchess in normal base game Elden Ring, we're gonna need 4 different things. Firstly, an absolute ton of knives to do some slicing and dicing, as cutlery is the Duchess's weapon of choice. We will then need to try find some armor that looks even remotely as good as hers in Nightreign, because goddamn, her design looks clean. Next, a way to make ourselves invisible, so we can replicate her finale ultimate ability. And finally, a way to enhance our dodging, so that we can be as nimble and evasive as the real Duchess. Unfortunately, her restage ability is so unique that I couldn't think of any way to replicate it. Okay, enough yapping, and more Duchessing. Step 1. Acquire cutlery. Luckily for the Duchess, her first 2 pieces of cutlery can be found in almost exactly the same place, and right at the start of the game too. My queen takes a quick journey right outside Mohg Cave, where she gets invaded by this kind gentleman who receives the good old Buckle Destroyer treatment. From him, we pick up the good old reliable Reduvia, a fine piece of cutlery indeed. Then, straight into Mohg Cave, we come up against the most treacherous and cowardly scum you've ever seen. Patches. Now, of course, I always have a bloodthirsty desire to kill Patches and be done with it, but this time, unfortunately, I had to show restraint as we actually needed him to open his shop for us. You got off easy this time, buddy boy. From him, we can purchase the absolutely goated weapon, the parrying dagger. Now this is a fantastic piece of cutlery because we can ditch the buckler and obtain the power-stancing dagger combo while still maintaining the ability to parry. This combo is actually filthy, by the way. You should really try it out. Now, before we go assert dominance over Margit, we've got to progress Bernal's quest at the War Master Shack, as it's necessary later on. Just kidding, we gotta kill him for his bell-bearing. All shall be revealed in due course, however. As for now, the fell omen awaits.
Foul tarnished. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell. Put these foolish ambitions to rest. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Quite possibly the most famous musical piece to ever exist. The Fur Elise is a most worthy song for our Duchess. Fun fact about its composition, Beethoven wrote the song for a student he fell in love with, and since she was a novice pianist, the first part of the song is quite easy to play. However, after learning of her engagement to another man, he wrote the rest so difficult that she would never be able to play it. What an absolute legend. Anyway, into Stormvale Castle we go, where conveniently there is another beautiful piece of cutlery we can acquire by inserting a stone sword key into the gargoyle. We go and pick up the Misericord. Directly translated from French, it means mercy. Ironic, because a Duchess has no mercy.
A lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden. Lowly tarnished, thou'rt unfit even to graft. Truest of dragons, lend me thy strength. Forefathers one and all, bear witness! Great Godfrey, didst thou witness? I am the Lord of all that is golden.
Progressing forward towards the most holy shit, how big is this place, location in the game, we arrive at Liurnia of the Lakes, where I have an appointment with a very important NPC named Raya, who requests that we retrieve her stolen necklace. We acquiesce to her quest with dismay, as it'll cost us a couple runes to buy it back from this ruffian. Now you can kill this guy and steal the necklace back, but murder and theft is beneath the grace of a Duchess. Back to Raya we go to return her necklace. We'll see you soon, homegirl. Then through the magical academy gates towards the grandest of all lifts, which takes us up and up where we can prepare for step 2. Embrace invisibility. How do we do this? Well, we talk to Raya once again, who teleports us to the volcanoist of all manners, where we speak to Lady Tanith and join up immediately. Why do we do this, you ask? Well, remember Bernal's bell bearing? If you turn it into the Twin Maidens after joining Volcano Manor, you can then purchase the Ash of War, Assassin's Gambit. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the embracing of invisibility. Okay, well, I'm semi-transparent, but close enough, I suppose. Initially, I thought this would be pretty much useless, but it turns out we can utilize it almost immediately to proceed to step 3. Acquireth thine drip. With stealth mode activated, we can sneak past these kind, gentle ladies and pick up the noble set. Now this is not quite the final look I'm going for, but it's some good temporary attire in the meantime. The next piece of attire can be purchased from the Hermit Merchant's Shack, which is also located in Altus. It's literally just a blindfold. Yes, this was the best I could do, okay? Pretty much nothing else covers your eyes like the Duchess's helm. It turns out almost everything we need can be found in Altus, as we can acquire even more cutlery outside the sainted hero's grave. Here, we find a lonely black knife assassin who has just the item for us. Yes, a black knife. Who would have thought? We can surprisingly utilize stealth once more here to sneak up behind this fool and get an easy backstab with the boosted crit damage of the Misericord, and then clean him up for our reward. Hell yeah. Now the final piece of attire we need is inside the capital of Lanedale, and I forgot, like an idiot, that you need 2 great runes to access. So we double back to the academy to give our favorite doggo some attention. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? we commit some atrocious animal cruelty before proceeding through the castle to come up against my sweetest sweeting, a perfect, pathetic enemy to test our new blade. For those of you who don't know, the Black Knife Ash of War does percentage-based damage and can stack up a ton of damage against enemies with fat health bars. Renalla is not one of them though, and she goes down without much struggle.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew. Oh, little Rani, my dear daughter, may thy light
Into the capital we go for our final piece of attire. What a marvelous setting for my Duchess. The armor we require is locked behind my boy Godfrey, who is but dirt underneath my Duchess's shoe. After defeating him, we proceed to the room above and pick up the Erdtree bow. Wait, what? This is an armor? Turns out I've played too much Convergence mod, because this is where it appears in that game. Oops. Quick visit to Extra Life, and I found out that the armor I seek is in the replica of the Round Table Hold. Aha! There we go. This is of course the altered version of Ulberic's set, because I feel this is as close as we're gonna get to becoming the Duchess. For step number 4, we're gonna have to switch up the pace a little bit. To acquire a more refined version of dodging, we're gonna have to go on our biggest journey yet, all the way into the Land of Shadow. And of course, the only way to get there is by showing both Raddahn and Mohg the power of the Duchess's elegance. Cue the music, baby.
dynasty. Now surrender yourself to my blood, to our coming dynasty, for all eternity. Six, quinque, quattro, tres, duo, unus, nihil, nihil, nihil.
Into the Shadow Realm we go, boys and girls, where we've got quite the journey ahead of us. The first thing we do is stop off at the Scorched Ruins to pick up one of my favorite talismans in the game, the Blade of Mercy. A perfect talisman to supplement the Misericord, as it makes its already monumentous crit damage slightly more monumentous. Across the Elite Great Bridge and then east so that we can avoid going through Castle Ensis by taking the path less traveled. My Duchess then spends a few seconds gazing upon the terrifying beauty of the jagged peak. The Duchess is beautiful, yet deadly, after all. Taking the Spirit Spring up and avoiding the Fort of Reprimand, we then head straight into Scadueltis. Further east until we reach Bonnie Village, where we rest up a bit before heading across a couple more bridges to take us ever closer to our first goal, the Black Keep. Our brave Duchess then enters Messmer's domain, but my boy has nothing to worry about, as the Duchess is not here for him, not yet at least. Instead of going upwards towards Messmer, we take the side exit to head westbound across yet another bridge and finally, at long last, arrive in the most exquisite ruins of Rawa. After exploring the ruins a bit, we can jump off this ledge into a rather secret area indeed, where I can hop into this hole. Hop into this hole. I said you can fucking hop into this hole! Whew, thank God. There we go. And in this compartment, we find the best talisman in the game, boys and girls. The talisman of all crucibles. Consider Evasion Enhanced. Simply put, you get more iframes on your rolls, and your backsteps now get iframes. Backstepping is arguably even stronger than dodging with this talisman, because not only does it input immediately, but you recover from the animation faster, meaning you can even avoid some frame trapping attacks that a normal dodge wouldn't be able to. And with the full Duchess set finally complete, there happens to be a perfect boss to test her on, right next to me at the Church of the Bud. Now for this fight, I actually wanted to show off the build at least a little. The parrying dagger and Misericord combo is honestly disgusting, and a super unique and fun way to play, especially against Romina, as it only takes one parry to stagger her. Yes, one. And some of the parries you can pull off are pretty spicy. But alas, I can only resist the urge to record cinematic shots for too long. Before going any further, we need a special kind of flame to burn down the ceiling tree. And not just any flame, the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Mongrel intruder. Tarnished, it seemed. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? Yet, my purpose standeth unchanged. Those fated the grace of gold challenge me death in the embrace of Messmer. Those fated the grace of gold challenge me death in the embrace of those fated the grace of gold challenge me death in the embrace of Messmer. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame. I will not suffer. My lord, void of light, wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light.
With the embrace of Messmer's flame, my Duchess burns down the ceiling tree and approaches her final destination. Need I even say who awaits us atop the spiral tower? For the final battle with Raddahn, I also decided to showcase the full fight, how it plays out, so you can get a feel for the Duchess's playstyle. Evasive, nimble, elusive, immense damage potential, and last but not least, a parrying goddess. Now the parry isn't really a part of the Nightreign Duchess's kit, however, I thought it added a little bit of spice to the build, especially for the fight with Raddahn. The parrying dagger plus misericord combo once again proves to be disgusting. Kinda crazy that a combination of two demigods, one of which has just ascended to godhood, I might add, can be hard countered by a tiny parrying dagger. Insane. The reason this is so good against Raddahn is that you can stop him from initiating his never-ending combos right at the beginning of their chains. One of the hardest parts about the fight is maintaining your focus for its entirety by dodging his never-ending combos. But this can all be avoided with a parry. You can instead take control of the fight and not cower in fear. This simple dagger switches the entire flow of the fight to where you now become the god. Not just any god, the parrying god. Not to mention, after 3 successful parries, you open him up real good for a monumental riposte from the misericord, for around 6k damage each time. Completely disgusting. Seriously though, parrying makes this fight so much more enjoyable for me, and if you haven't given it a try, you really should. Hey guys, it's me. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please let me know down below. I would appreciate a like and subscribe. Hell yeah. Also, let me know if you want me to do one of the other 4 Nightreign classes next. I was thinking of potentially doing the Recluse because I really liked her as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and you have a good day.